8 men in the desert were very sick. In desperation they sought out for a great prophet they had been hearing about performing many miracles of God in the desert, in hope that they would have a sign be done on them for the people and their sicknesses would be healed. Whereupon reaching the prophet the men began to tell the prophet of their illnesses and why they traveled across the desert to meet him. According Sahih al-Bukhari 6802 the Muslims were ordered by Muhammad to go to his camels and drink their urine as medicine, that he previously stole as war booty. This wasn't before he ordered the men to quote-unquote give him their pledge to follow Islam, wording from Ibn Kathir, which is to say that Muhammad is a messenger of God. Then as they thought they would be healed, but to their surprise they were ordered to watch his stolen camels and to quote-unquote, so the Prophet ordered them to follow his shepherd, i.e. his camels, and drink their milk and urine, wording from Sahih al-Bukhari 5686. After a week of consuming nothing but camel urine and camel milk straight from the camels, it is said that these men became healthy, but they became unbelievers. Now why do you think the men looking for a great prophet to heal them become unbelievers of this prophet after being ordered to drink urine straight from his stolen camels? It does not take a genius to realize what was going on through the minds of these men. So when they became healthy they killed the shepherd that watched over them and stole 8 camels that Muhammad himself stole and escaped back into the desert. Upon hearing the news of his dead shepherd and his stolen camels being stolen again but by men who believed him to be a false prophet, he wasn't slow to get his best fighters to capture the 8 men to bring them back to the apostle to be punished. The men were captured and were taken to the rocky grounds of Medina according to Sunan Abi Dawud 4364. The men were then crucified on the ground, following with the amputation of the limbs of all the individuals having their hands and feet cut on opposite sides, meaning one hand on the left and one foot on the right were to be cut off. He then ordered that the companions would bring heated nails, wording from Sunan and Nasai 305. Their eyes were smoldered with heated nails, in the shape they were in with the amount of blood on their face. They asked Muhammad for some water, to which Muhammad responds with a revelation from the Lord of Peace, gathering all the Muslims around, saying, "This is the recompense of those who fight against God and his messenger, and hasten about the earth, to do corruption there, they shall be slaughtered, or crucified, or their hands and feet shall alternately be struck off, or they shall be banished from the land. That is a degradation for them in this world, and in the world to come awaits them a mighty chastisement." Chapter 5 verse 33 of the Quran. To which the 8 men were left on the rocky grounds to die after Allah's glorious words came out of the mouth of the Prophet. Let's clarify what happened just so we aren't confused. 8 men traveled through the desert to be miraculously healed by a great prophet they have heard about. Upon reaching the great prophet, he forced him to say he was the messenger of God. To which the 8 men did, thinking they would receive a miracle. Muhammad then ordered that they would drink camel urine for a week straight and consume nothing else. As a payment for watching over his stolen camels they would receive this quote-unquote medicine. The men put up with it for a week before becoming disbelievers as soon as they were healthy enough. They stole the prophet's stolen camels and killed his shepherd. And Muhammad tortured them for it and revealed a whole ayah gloating about how it was from Allah to justify his actions. This all could have been prevented if these 8 men just listened to the Bible, where we are told in Matthew 24 verse 26. "Wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth, behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not." You see, if these men didn't listen to the rumors of this great prophet in the middle of the desert, they would never have been tortured. The warnings of Christ tell us of false prophets who pretend to be righteous and sent from God but inwardly are ravenous wolves. I myself cannot think of a better description of Muhammad than a ravenous wolf.